Before we dive into today's video, please note that this is an analysis and discussion based on publicly available content and my personal thoughts. The views and opinions shared here are meant to foster conversation and provide a different perspective. This video is not meant to attack or shame anyone, but to offer a deeper look into the complexities of influencer culture. Everyone has their own journey, and it's important to remember that what we see online is just a fraction of the full picture.
A guy once told me that I was flat-chested, so I told him, well, your dick is small. He got offended, but I did not, because as a representative of the itty-bitty committee, I respect the size of my boob.
Okay guys, we need to talk. So earlier I was trying to publish this video right here. It's a very simple video of me just showing and celebrating my body. If you follow me on Instagram, you already see this video. So for some reason, TikTok removed my video. So of course I have to find out what's the reason. And it turned out that they removed my video because it violates minor safety guidelines. So of course I have to click the pink link to see what this minor safety guidelines is about. And so I keep reading and I keep reading until I see this part right here, content that show the private parts of minors. And then it hit me that the algorithm automatically blocked my video because it thinks that I am a minor. And the reason it thinks that way is because my body looks too flat.
What you looking for? We got what you looking for. What you looking for? We got what you looking for. Oh, no.
It's a cultural divide. I'ma get it on the floor.
You really about to do it?
40 acres in the mule. This is bigger than the music.
You really about to do it?
Yeah, they tried to rig the game, but you can't fake influence.
They get on it like that.
Hey, I'm tripping, I'm sliding, I'm riding through the back like go. Must have on a beat, bro, deep boat, any rap.
Today we're talking about Clara Dao, an influencer who built her entire platform around self-love, body acceptance, and embracing what makes you different. But recently, Clara made a decision that has left a lot of her fans confused, disappointed, and honestly, questioning everything she stood for. In this video, we're going to break down who Clara is, how she grew her platform, what changed, and why it's caused such a huge backlash. Let's get into it. First, for anyone who isn't familiar with Clara Dao or just needs a quick refresher, let's talk about who she is and how she became so popular. Clara is a 26-year-old Vietnamese-Canadian content creator who blew up by promoting body positivity and self-love. On TikTok, her account at Clara Dao has racked up over 3 million followers and 126 million likes. And on YouTube, she's even bigger, over 4.2 million subscribers and a crazy 3.2 billion views. Clara built her whole brand around empowering women with smaller chests and rejecting society's beauty standards. She's always been about embracing natural looks and encouraging people to love themselves as they are.
So nothing bad happened? You didn't wreck it? You didn't hit anybody? You didn't run anybody over? You didn't get a speeding ticket? Wait, Jeffy, why are you making that face? Jeffy, did you get a speeding ticket? Jeffy?
I could put my Gucci on. I could wear my Louis Vuitton. But even with nothing on, I still made you look.
Honestly, for a lot of young women, she's been a huge voice in helping them feel confident and comfortable in their own skin. Before all the TikTok fame, Clara grew up in Hanoi, Vietnam. She later moved to Canada in 2015 and graduated from high school there in 2016. Clara didn't jump into social media right away. She officially joined TikTok in January 2020, and from there, everything just took off. Perfect timing too, because everyone was stuck at home scrolling like crazy. Now that you know the basics, let's get into how Clara actually built her entire brand around small chest positivity and self-acceptance. Clara really blew up by centering her brand around small chest empowerment and full-on self-acceptance. Some of her biggest viral moments were videos where she confidently showed off her body, saying things like, "Being flat-chested is beautiful too." She wasn't just another influencer showing highlight reels. She marketed herself directly against the whole plastic surgery culture that's everywhere right now. Clara made a point of embracing her natural looks, even showing her insecurities openly. And honestly, that realness made a lot of young women feel seen and comfortable in their own skin.
Hi everyone, just want to say hi and I hope that you're having a great day. This is for someone who may need to hear this. You are beautiful, you are loved, you deserve everything beautiful in the world. And I am proud of you. You're doing so well. Keep killing it. I'm rooting for you. I love you. Okay, you got this. You know you got this. I love you.
Hey, I just wanted to make a thread for all of my fellow flat-chested friends who have a hard time in the summer because there's nothing here. So this is just showing off the beauty of a flat chest.
Obviously, Clara gained a lot of followers and support from people who were insecure or still struggling to feel confident in their own skin. She made them feel like they were good the way they are and that they didn't need to change anything about themselves, just love themselves. But after a while, some of her fans started calling her out for being a hypocrite. One of the first major moments that disturbed a lot of people was when Clara made a video talking about her habits for staying skinny. In that video, she shared some habits that really didn't sit right with a lot of her audience. Her first habit she mentioned was only eating when she's hungry. And here's a hot take, I actually kind of agree with her on that part, but the issue a lot of people had was the way she framed it, saying that it's more healthy. There are a lot of people who eat once a day, or who only eat during a small window of hours and fast the rest of the time. That's called intermittent fasting. Some even go a step further with something called alternate day fasting, where you basically eat one day and fast the next. So it's definitely a thing, and a lot of people do it, but for her to say it's automatically healthier is very dangerous, especially for people who struggle with eating disorders, who might take that message the wrong way.
So the first habit is I don't eat when I'm not hungry, and I only eat when I'm like really hungry. I often don't remember to eat unless I really feel it in my stomach. I'm like, oh my god, I'm hungry. And then I realize that, oh, it's like 7 p.m. and I haven't eaten anything all day. That hunger, I just don't experience it. I think that it's so common for everywhere actually, not just in North America, but in Asia as well, to have like regular mealtime, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and people just eat when it's mealtime, not necessarily because they are hungry. And I think that that has to change, because back in our hunter-gatherer day, which is like hundreds of thousands of years ago, we didn't have food lying around. We didn't have an abundance of food. We had to actually work really hard to find the food. And food is like someday you can eat, other days you can go 1 or 2 days or even longer without food. That's how we have evolved. And trust me, I have read a lot about this. I have learned and educated myself a lot about health and fitness and nutrition. So I can speak about this with confidence that like this is healthy.
And to make it worse, right after saying all that, she casually drops a sponsorship. Basically like, I don't eat when I'm hungry, but I drink this. And that just rubbed a lot of people the wrong way.
I take this thing called Magic Mind at the start of my day.
The second habit Clara talks about is stopping when she's full, meaning she doesn't necessarily finish everything on her plate. And look, that's her way of doing things, and that's fine, but I'm gonna speak for myself here. In my culture, it's basically a must to finish your plate. If you don't, it's seen as a sign of disrespect. Now, when I cook for myself and I get full, I don't just throw the rest away. I'll put it in the fridge and eat it later. Simple. A lot of her fans also didn't like the way she explained it, especially when she went on to say that in America, people eat a whole plate that could feed 4 people, and she just couldn't fathom that. It came off really judgmental, like she was low-key looking down on people who eat more than she does. Instead of promoting healthy habits, it just felt like she was pushing an unrealistic standard. The rest of the habits Clara mentions are kind of the basics you hear from a lot of fitness influencers, like don't go on a diet, just live a healthier lifestyle, or don't make food the highlight of your day. Go exercise instead. Nothing groundbreaking there. Clara Dao faced significant backlash for her response to the Iranian women's protest movement. In 2022, following the tragic death of Mahsa Amini and the subsequent protests in Iran, many individuals worldwide, including activists and public figures, expressed solidarity by cutting their hair. This act was seen as a powerful symbol of support for Iranian women fighting for their rights. However, Clara's approach was met with criticism. Instead of shaving her head or cutting a substantial amount of hair, she merely trimmed her split ends. This minimal gesture was perceived by many as a superficial attempt to capitalize on a serious issue for attention. The backlash was swift, with many accusing her of trivializing the movement. In response to the criticism, Clara posted a follow-up video explaining her actions. She stated that she was feeling her feelings and wanted to express her sadness for the women of Iran. Despite her explanation, the damage to her reputation had been done, and many felt that her response lacked the depth and sincerity expected given the gravity of the situation. Fast forward to 2024, and Clara Dao, alongside her boyfriend Javi, launched a couples channel. She wasn't posting much on her main channel anymore, but recently, something caught her fans' attention, a video of her with a noticeably larger chest. At first, many of her followers thought it was some kind of April Fool's joke, especially since the video was posted just after April 1st. But nope, it wasn't a joke. Clara later confirmed that she had undergone breast augmentation surgery. She explained that it was simply an aesthetic choice and wasn't motivated by insecurity.
But a big bill take you around the world. They don't have to understand. Rub it in their face. Put a rock on her hand.
I'm sorry, the old tailor can't come to the phone right now. Why? Oh, 'cause she's dead.
Look what you made me do. Look what you made me do.
This revelation sparked major backlash among her followers, many of whom felt betrayed. Clara had built her entire platform around promoting self-love and acceptance, especially for those with small chests. Her previous content consistently emphasized the beauty of embracing natural bodies, which made her decision to get surgery seem at odds with everything she had preached.
Yes, I did have a boob job. I know this might come as a shock because my whole page used to be about loving my flat chest and being confident with it. I literally built my entire career and following around that. So why did I do it? Am I crazy? Was everything a lie? Was I secretly insecure this whole time and just use body positivity as a way to make money so I could finally afford a boob job? No, let me tell you the real reason why I did it. And it comes down to one word. Fun. For so long, I built this entire platform based on one mission, flat chest confidence. I was doing it for 6 years since 2019. I made over 900 videos on the topic. My mission for the longest time was I want to create content for my 16-year-old self and for all the girls who feel insecure like I did. And I really meant that. I poured my heart and soul into helping others feel normal, beautiful, and worthy. I became the face of the flat-chested body positivity community, and for the longest time, I loved it. But over time, I got bored. I started craving change. And the thing is, I know that as long as I kept my flat chest, I knew I could keep making content about it. The videos do so well, they bring in money, and people resonate with them. But I felt like I was staying in a comfort zone. It was safe, but it wasn't growth. And I wanted a shift in my content, in my message, and in how I express myself. I believe that whether you have big boobs, small boobs, flat chest, or medium-sized boobs, it doesn't matter. They all equally beautiful. I've just had this look, this aesthetic my whole life, and now I just want to see what the opposite feels like. For fun, for curiosity, for me. And yeah, I think it's pretty badass to do what no one expects of me. To show myself that I can do whatever the fuck I want without needing anyone's approval. That, to me, is true confidence. So no, I didn't betray what I stood for. At every point in my life, I lived in alignment with my truth. Before, I loved my flat chest, and now I love my new chest. And if you're disappointed by my decision, I don't expect you to understand. Like, I understand and I respect how you feel, but I hope you know that your confidence and self-love are still yours to define. My flat chest literally gave me my dream life. And now, I'm simply stepping into a new chapter. One where I take life less seriously, have fun, and just do exactly what I want. Just like when I posted my very first YouTube video, do what you fucking love. We just don't give a fuck about what other people think and just go for our dreams. That's always been my deepest value. Back then, I wanted to help flat-chested girls feel confident. But now, I want to inspire people to break free, to be bold, to be brave, to be unapologetic, and to truly not give a fuck about what others think. And of course, to have some fun. I'll share more in a long-form video, but for now, I just want to say thank you to everyone who understands and still supports me. May God bless you and everything you want to do. Love you so much. Bye.
In an attempt to address the growing criticism, Clara posted a follow-up video explaining her decision. She reiterated that the surgery was purely for aesthetic reasons and not a reflection of her earlier messages about body positivity. But the problem was, her explanation didn't sit well with many fans. What really rubbed them the wrong way was her casual tone. She mentioned that she was bored and wanted something new for her content, which made her reasoning sound more like an impulsive decision rather than a thoughtful one. For many of her followers, this felt disingenuous, as if she had dismissed the influence her earlier body-positive content had on them. It left a lot of fans feeling like Clara was willing to shift her values just for the sake of novelty and new content. Clara didn't just promote herself, she built a community. For many young girls struggling with body image issues, Clara wasn't just an influencer, she was representation. She was someone who made them feel seen and understood, especially those who felt insecure about having a small chest.
I need you guys to have some sort of media literacy to understand that this situation with Clara Dao is not about her body hair choice. It's the fact that her entire content was about body positivity. In fact, her only content was about the fact that she is very flat-chested and she's naturally extremely skinny, and that you should love yourself, only for her to turn around and say, just kidding, I'm actually prettier with bigger boobs. And the fact that she knows her audience that she attracts are very vulnerable to those kind of messaging, and for her to still do that after making tons of money and getting fame for that, only to show her audience the middle finger. And the fact that she pretended to be naturally very, very skinny only to release a video about how she stays skinny, promoting extremist pro-ED content.
Her messages about self-love and embracing your natural body spoke to a lot of people who had never seen someone with her platform celebrate their own imperfections. So when Clara changed her body for something as casual as boredom, it felt like a slap in the face to her followers. It wasn't just a simple decision for Clara. It became a betrayal of trust. The very foundation of her platform, built on promoting self-acceptance and rejecting unrealistic beauty standards, now seem hollow. To many of her followers, it wasn't just a change in appearance, it was a change in values, and that's what stung the most. Clara isn't the first influencer to face this kind of backlash. People like Michaela Nogueira, Tana Mongeau, and Alexis Ren have all built strong followings by preaching self-love and embracing their natural bodies, only to later reveal cosmetic surgeries, often without being upfront about it. Fans usually feel a sense of betrayal, not because someone changed their body, but because the messaging shifts without real acknowledgement. And when the explanation is as casual as "I was bored," it just adds salt to the wound. Now, as I was editing this video, Clara dropped a new video just an hour ago. Talk about timing. In this new video, she addresses some of the backlash and comments that have been flooding in after her breast augmentation reveal. And, of course, as you might imagine, her response has stirred up even more conversation. Let's quickly break down what she said in this latest video and how it fits into the ongoing conversation. Clara starts off by acknowledging the controversy and confirms that she's very aware of how disappointed and hurt many of her fans are. She says she didn't expect the backlash to be this intense, but she's not mad at her audience for feeling upset. She says the emotions are valid. Clara explains that she still stands by body positivity and self-love. She says her choice to get a boob job doesn't cancel out her past message. It was a personal choice, and she believes everyone has the right to change their body if they want to. She emphasizes again that the decision was purely for aesthetic reasons, not out of deep insecurity. Clara admits that she's evolved as a person since she first started her platform. She's no longer in the exact same mindset she had when she started making small chest empowerment content. She mentions that self-love is about doing what makes you happy, even if it includes changing things about yourself, and that the definition of self-love isn't fixed. Clara apologizes to those who felt betrayed, but she also makes it clear that she's standing by her decision. She stresses that her platform moving forward will be broader, about self-acceptance and giving people the freedom to change if they want to, without shame.
Let's talk about the controversy that a lot of other YouTubers or drama channels has made content about. It's all come from this video, which I posted a while ago, talking about my habits, the habits that make me skinny. Being skinny or thin is not really a goal, it's not really the end goal. The end goal is to be healthy. If I can be honest with you, is that before I made that video, I already knew that people would criticize me for it. They would not like it. And why did I do it? Yes, I did get a lot of requests to make that video. Like, I could choose not to make that video, but I did choose to make that video. And I think this video is gonna be long because I just want to tell you everything, tell you all about my thought process. I know that that video has offended a lot of people. I understand that, especially if you're struggling with eating, with your relationship with food. It's not a good video to watch, And with the fact that I am in the body positivity niche, or I like to say that I'm used to, because yeah, I feel like in my head there's just so many things I want to tell you, but I just don't know what to start with. Okay, let's start with the fact that for a long time, I feel like body positivity is not my passion anymore. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I had my channel for 6 years. During those 6 years, I've been just making body positivity videos. I've been making self-love, self-care, body positivity, and especially videos about my flat chest and feeling confident with a flat chest and with a skinny body. I still believe and I deeply resonate with the message of body positivity, the core message of body positivity, which is everyone deserves love. Everyone deserves to feel love towards themselves and feel confident about their body, no matter what their body looks like. And I still truly, fully believe in that, and that's still, one of my core values. So think about it. If you've been doing the same thing for 6 years, I've made over 950 videos about the same topic, essentially. And I started my YouTube channel when I was 20. When I was very young, I have grown up and become an adult with the internet, with the type of content that I create. And at any point in my whole creator journey, I was very truthful and very real with you guys. And say, especially in the first 4 or 5 years or so, I really put my heart and soul into this cause. I really believe in what I did, And like I said, I still believe in it now. It's just that over time, as I do a lot of the same content day after day, weeks after weeks, year after years, I get bored. Now that I get tired of it, because like I said, I believe in it, and I wholeheartedly think that everyone is equally beautiful and we all have our own essence and our own unique unique beauty, and that is something to celebrate. It's just like when the only thing that you talk about and the only thing that you make content about is that, which was what I did. Over time, people change, and I've changed. I feel like once I turned 25, it's like, you know those scientists that said that once you turn 25, it's kind of like your brain have essentially kind of finished growing, like your prefrontal cortex. Of course, it can change after that, but essentially like your core version or like the core of who you are is like kind of set once you turn 25. And I feel like it applies to me because when I turn 25, what I care about is no longer body positivity anymore. And like I said, I feel like I am like a broken record by this time by saying that I still believe in it. Like I believe that everyone is beautiful, okay? Like, I believe that every body type is beautiful. Like it's not just like skinny body or like normal weight body. Like I have no problem, okay? I have no problem with people's weight or like, you know, I think everyone is equal. That's been my focus for 6 years. And once I turn 25, you know what? Like suddenly I feel like I want to focus on different things, like from my heart, like from my higher self. Suddenly I'm just gravitated towards different things. Like I'm more gravitated towards fashion and beauty. I'm more gravitated towards self-improvement and self-development. When I first started out, my whole mission was to make content for my 16-year-old self and for every girl who used to feel insecure like I did. I was incredibly insecure back when I was 16. When I was 20 and started out my channel, like that's the only thing I want to do. That was my mission. That was what I was put on earth for. And I'm just gonna do that. I did exactly that. I really focused and just made content about that and made it my niche. And I became the face of the flat chest confidence of the body positivity community. Body positivity and my content has really brought me to where I am today, where I am so confident, where I have everything I ever wanted, when I'm living my dream life day in and day out. Like it literally has allowed me to have this life and have you here supporting me. Like I'm so grateful. And like I said, it was my heart and soul for the longest time. And it's just natural that as we grow older, right? I'm 26 now. I have different priorities. I have different interests. And you know, I want to talk about other things. I want to have fun.
While Clara's message about evolving self-love makes sense on paper, it also highlights a major tension. When your entire brand is built on you're enough just the way you are, changing yourself even for personal reasons feels like rewriting the rules halfway through the game. For some fans, her explanation might bring some closure, but for others, it might feel like she's trying to reframe the situation without fully owning the impact her previous messaging had. In the end, this controversy isn't just about cosmetic surgery. It's about trust, identity, and what happens when the person you looked up to grows in a direction you didn't expect. And honestly, this situation with Clara isn't just about her. It exposes a much bigger issue with influencer culture that we've seen way too many times before. It's part of a much bigger pattern we see with influencers, especially in beauty and lifestyle spaces. A lot of them secretly get work done while still promoting natural beauty to their audiences. They build their brand around being relatable, being just like you, and making you feel like you don't need to change. But behind the scenes, they're altering their appearance and profiting off the very insecurities they claim to be fighting against. At the end of the day, it's easy to tell people to love themselves when you've got the money and access to change whatever you want about yourself. And sadly, it leaves a lot of regular people feeling even more confused and betrayed. Look, the takeaway here is simple. Don't put all your trust in influencers. Parasocial relationships can be dangerous. They make us feel like we know these people when in reality we don't. You might feel connected, but remember, their brand is their business and not everything they show you is the full story. It's okay to follow and enjoy content, but just be cautious. Keep your self-worth separate from what others choose to show online. At the end of the day, real self-love and confidence come from within, not from chasing someone else's version of beauty. Stay true to you. At the end of the day, it's not really about what someone does with their body. It's about honesty, respect, and staying true to the message that got you your audience in the first place. I'm curious though, do you think influencers owe their followers transparency, or is it really nobody's business? Let's talk about it in the comments. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.